There's the old saying, mind over matter. But did you know that truly can mean something when it comes down to how successful you are, when it's actually time to go into the gym and change your body? In today's video, I want to talk about something called the placebo effect. You may hear people talking about studies that are against placebo and whatnot, but there's actually something known as a placebo effect, and it's affecting you more than you think. See, I first learned about the placebo effect when I was in my early 20s, and I read a book that was called The Magic of Thinking Big by David Schwartz. Now, honestly, this book was all about the belief system that if you think it, you could manifest it into reality. But recently, I went back and listened to it on audiobook again to see if I could get a different perspective on it now that it's been about 10 years. So it was amazing how much more I picked up. Honestly, it just got me thinking what a great topic the entire concept of the belief system and placebo is. And that's exactly why I wanted to share it with you in this video. I'm Thomas DeLauer, the lead trainer and lead nutritionist with SixPackAbs.com. Now, I've teamed up with Audible in this video, and they're offering everyone that is watching this particular video a chance to try them out free for 30 days. So all you have to do is go to audible.com/sixpack or text the word sixpack, that's SIXPACK, to the number 500 500 to download a free title and start listening today. Now, I do highly recommend that you check out The Magic of Thinking Big, but Audible also has exclusives and original audio shows that you can listen to in a wide variety of genres. For me, my brain tends to move fast, so I really like the fact that I could use their speed control, which allowed me to listen faster or slower depending on the mood or possibly how much caffeine I'd had. And for those of you that are watching this video, head on over to Audible to get a free audiobook right now with a 30-day free trial at audible.com/sixpack or text the word sixpack, SIXPACK, to 500 500. Again, that's Audible, audible.com/SIXPACK, or text the word sixpack to 500 500. So the placebo effect describes any psychological or physical effect that a placebo treatment has on an individual. Your brain can convince your body a fake treatment is the real thing and thus stimulate healing, for example. But the placebo effect is more than just positive thinking or believing that a treatment is going to actually work. It's about creating a stronger connection between the brain and the body and how they work together, utilizing something known as neuroplasticity that I've talked about in other videos. So how placebos work is still not fully understood, but it involves a complex neurobiological reaction that includes everything from increases in feel-good neurotransmitters like endorphins and dopamine to greater activity in certain brain regions that are linked to moods, emotional reactions, and self-awareness. So we literally can make something come into reality simply by our neurological and neurotransmitter function. So I figured I would just leave this video to the science and let it break it down for you, especially since there's still so much to be discovered in the world of placebo. We can live by these examples and get a great idea of how things can actually work to our advantage by just believing in the right thing. You see, a 2014 study that was published in the Science of Translational Medicine explored the placebo effect by testing how people reacted to migraine pain medication. So this study was unique in that it looked at how people would respond knowing that they were receiving a placebo. So one group took a migraine drug labeled with the drug's name, and another took a placebo labeled placebo, and a third group took nothing. Researchers discovered that the placebo was 50% as effective as the real drug to reduce pain after a migraine. So they also speculated that the driving force behind this reaction was that the simple act of taking a pill ended up making them feel better. People associate the act of taking medicine with a positive healing effect. That's ingrained in our minds from the time that we are young people. Now, if that's not enough, let's take a look at the specific study that looked at the effect of placebo on the brain itself. Now, this particular study is from the University of Columbia, found that placebo treatments cause the brain to release more opioids, a chemical that's produced by the body and released by the brain to ultimately relieve pain. So what they discovered is that in the first area that was treated with placebo, which volunteers falsely believed to have been treated with a pain reliever, opioid release occurred in brain areas associated with pain relief. In particular, the periaqueductal gray, an area in the brainstem that is used in neurosurgical interventions to control chronic pain. They also found that opioid release occurred in the orbitofrontal cortex and anterior cingulate, which are parts of the cerebral cortex thought to be related to evaluating and orchestrating responses in the brain and the body to deal with a perceived threat, producing, for example, the so-called fight or flight response. So what this ultimately meant was that simply because we were taking a pill or we had a cream applied, pain went away, even if it wasn't a cream that actually had medication in it. And when it comes down to a pain response, that's something that is extremely psychosomatic. So something that you can control through meditation or control through proper mindset. So you may notice that sometimes you psych yourself out. and you walk into the gym, and because your brain isn't in the right place, you don't lift as much or you don't work as hard. And thusly, when you look in the mirror, you don't see as good of results. But if your brain is in the right place, no matter what, you can always achieve those goals. And again, the magic of thinking big reinstills this by allowing you to think big. When you walk into the gym, think big, not to a point where you hurt yourself, to a point where you can actually achieve something that you want to achieve, even if it's in small little increments day in and day out. The power of the mind is still yet to be discovered. It's the tip of the iceberg when it comes down to the research. And like I said earlier in this video, we don't even know how the heck placebo effect works. We just know that somehow we are lighting up areas of our brain that are triggering us to either not have as much of a pain signal, push through those barriers, or just all in all feel happier and sometimes even heal ourselves from disease. So as always, make sure you're keeping it locked in here on sixpackabs.com, and I will see you in the next video.